Everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here with me once again. My name is Donella, and of course this is my world of beauty here on YouTube. Now for this week's video, I really wanted to kind of interject one of my requests, which has to do with kind of like a fun, colorful, kind of like a black Barbie, like a very updated black Barbie look, because the colors that I'm going to be using reminds me so much of colors that you would probably use on a Barbie doll. So if you are interested in seeing what I create at the end of this video, then please stay tuned. I'm just going to go ahead and prep my skin while I do my eyes, and I'm going to go in with my MilkMakeup Hydrating Primer. I think I did about 3 pumps there just now, which I think would I think I went into, yeah, I definitely think I pumped out too much, because this primer, when it dries down, it has a really nice grip, like just like what it says, it's like a grip. I think I'm using one of these like lighter shimmery green shades, just one color on the lid. Do I want to do one color, or do I want to just mix it up a little bit? You know what, as we go along I'm going to figure it out. Well, for now I'm thinking of using this really pretty green shade here from my Colored Rain Safari Rain palette. It's this really pretty green right here that's called Green Valley. I was also thinking of running over to my Pat McGrath, girl, what is this thing called? Mothership Mega Celestial Divinity eyeshadow palette. Girl, Pat, you need some shorter names, please. All right, and I was thinking of maybe using this green, but I think this green is a little bit too dark. So let's just go back to the Colored Rain palette and use that. Start by prepping my eyelids using my Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer. You need to get some shorter names as well too, Too Faced, honestly. This one is in the shade Chestnut. This is the color I would probably use if I'm, you know, highlighting. In most cases I use Spice Rum to cover up the darkness underneath my eyes, kind of like color correcting by using a concealer. I would normally go over with Chestnut, which is like a more lighter shade, but in this, do I have the right? Yeah. But in this but for this look I'm going to be using Chestnut on my lids, because it has a really nice creamy, not so matte finish. I'm going to be using that on my lids for this look. I haven't done this in like a good couple of years, I think, but I believe for this look I want to add just a little bit of tape on the edge of my eyes, just because I want to have like a winged out green shadow look. A bit of Scotch tape right here, so we can make sure we have a nice winged out look right there. I love so I'm going to go in to Green Valley and just pop her all over my lid. Ooh, girl, it's really pretty. You know what I'm thinking? I'm wondering if I should have added just a little pop of pink, you know, that Barbie pink right in the crease. Let me see how that's going to look. Let me just add just a teeny bit of it, and if it doesn't work out, then we just wipe the whole thing off and start all over again. All right, so I'm back, and yeah, when I went in with the pink color, right, because I decided to use this pink shade from my Artist Couture Midnight Maven palette, this pink here, which is called Vixen, but when it actually mixed with this shade of green, it was looking a little bit purple. And I decided, no ma'am, we want the eye to look like a nice shimmery lime green, which is not really like lime green, it's more like, I don't know what type of green this is called, but I wanted this green to just be on its own, so I just blended all of that out, and thankfully I didn't really go in too heavy with it, so you can't really see it. I think I used enough green to cover up that pink that turned into purple. Go into the same green shade that I was using, which is called Green Valley, from my Colored Rain Safari Rain palette, and just start packing that on my lid. And I was packing in a downward motion, starting from the innermost portion right here, and then just gently packing it on and making sure I bring it down to my natural lashes, because I'm going to be applying some falsies. Just bring it down as close as possible to my natural lashes. That's really what I did right there. I'm just gonna go ahead and cover, and then I went out because, you know, I wanted that little winged out effect with the shadow. So I just went out and packed some right here on the concealer I would have applied in that area right there. So I'm just gonna go in and pack and pack and pack until we see no more concealer and no more skin. And because I had to go up a little bit further with the shadow on this eye, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going in with a fluffy blending brush and just lightly tapping it in Green Valley and then just blending it in my crease. Exactly the same thing I did on the other side to cover up that pink that turned into purple. Then I'm going to go in next with my Rimmel London Exaggerate Liquid Eyeliner. I love it. Alright, so and I'm going in with my I Envy Sheet 3D what are these called, lashes in this style number 13. Now I have about 6 or 7 of these, so you guys might probably keep seeing the same lash over and over for most of my tutorials this year, because honey, I'm going to be using every single one of those. Just double glow this real quick and add this on, and then we're going to go ahead and complete the rest of it. I'm about like 98% complete because I want to add I want to do a shadow drop, of course, and I also want to just pull out my bottom lashes with some primer and add some mascara. To do that, I want to go ahead and add my complexion products. First, I'm going to go ahead and, you know, basically cover up the darkness underneath my eyes with my Too Faced Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Spice Rum. Let me just add a little bit right under here to cover up this darkness and basically cover up a bit of the shadow fallout, because I say I have a bit of shadow fallout right there. Okay, next I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of my Caudalie Beauty Elixir before I apply my foundation. Go in with about 2 to 3 pumps of my Fenty Hydrating Primer, and this is the shade 440. I actually have 2 pumps on the back of my hand. I think I want to start off with 2 pumps first. I have just a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm just going to go ahead and press this the excess off the back of my hand. I just use that to add a little bit of coverage to my very large forehead and then down to my temples, right down to my cheekbones. You know what, since we applied a Fenty foundation, let's just go ahead and add some Fenty concealer as well. By the way, this one is in the shade 430. So a little bit of that baby right underneath here, right above here. You guys realize I haven't actually dipped this back in yet. Yeah, the Fenty concealer actually pulls a lot up on this applicator. It pulls up a lot, so you have to be really careful, especially if you haven't used a Fenty concealer before, because we know there are lots of lots of concealers on the market, and you know, some persons may not be able to actually afford a Fenty foundation and a Fenty concealer and the powders, etc, etc. So if you've been using a different type of concealer, that's fine, and maybe it's your first time trying it. Let me tell you something, honey, it is it covers. There's a lot, so you have to go in like really gently. Just pull out the applicator first and use what's on it first before you go ahead and dip it back in, because as you can see, it's a lot. Now normally I would go in with one of my beauty sponges to blend this out, but I think for this look, because it's supposed to be somewhat full-on coverage, well, not somewhat, it's supposed to be a full coverage look, I am going to go in with my Real Technique brush and basically buff away the concealer, or buff it into my skin. Okay, so this is the first side. Just gonna buff in the other sides and there we have it. All right, so I'm just going to set this, of course. I go in with my honey powder first, and then I just use my banana powder, basically just to set this area right here. That's going to just make it pop even more, especially if you're taking selfies. You know, you want your makeup to look really good in your pictures. So honey, set. And we don't go in too heavy, because this Fenty powder really, yeah, she's really heavy. She is really heavy, so you might want to pull back a little bit by using a brush. That's kind of reasons why I started using a brush to set my under eye concealer, because I'm like, whoa, this Fenty powder is like really heavy. And although you can use a setting spray to kind of, you know, basically get rid of the powdery look, the Fenty powder is like really strong. So I started using a brush. Let me just do one tap like this. Make sure I tap off the excess. I need a mirror, I need a mirror, I need a mirror. And then I'm just going to go ahead and set my under. I normally just go around the areas by using light tapping motions with this brush with the Fenty powder. I mean, you want to look finished, you want to look snatched, you want to look like you're actually wearing makeup but still not overdone, you know. It's like an oxymoron. You want to look like you're wearing makeup but you still want to look natural in a sense. So I normally just go in with this brush, which I think is like a light applicator brush in terms of using the Fenty powder, so it doesn't go in too heavy. Just normally dip the brush in and knock it off, and then I just go around the areas where I would have applied the concealer to make sure she's set with the honey powder first, and then I go in with the banana powder. I'm looking for my sponge, which I did not wash, so nobody come comment on it in the comments. Yes, I know I didn't wash it. It's okay. I'm just only applying a little bit of powder with it, and I promise I will wash it as soon as I finish this video. Let me just add my banana powder right in here. Ooh, I think I went in too heavy right here. There's a bit of a, okay, yeah, she's fixed, she's fixed. And then I'm going to go in with the same brush that I used to apply the honey powder, and I'm also going to press down the banana powder as well, you know, so it doesn't look so powdery. To take this jumbo pencil right here that has both the brown that I normally use to line my lips and the black on this tip here, basically to just make my beauty mark on my mole appear, because she gets covered with makeup a lot and there are times when I forget to do that, but so thankfully I just remembered that just now. So yeah, she's awake again, she's black again. All right, so you guys know I am not, I know you guys already know this, when it comes to choosing between contouring and bronzing, I would always go for bronzing because I love bronzing. Absolutely love bronzing. So I'm going to go in, yes, I'm going to be using my Prime Beauty bronzer. This one is the shade Bronzeville. This is, I've used this so many times in all of my tutorials, if not most. Let me not say all, but most of my tutorials from last year definitely had in this Bronzeville bronzer. Bronzer? Anyway, you guys know what I mean. So let me just make sure I bronze right here on the edge of my hair so everything looks nice and blended. Now that I have all my complexion products, I'm going to try again with this Vixen color, which is the pink color, and just add a bit of it right underneath here to create my drop shadow. Oh yeah, it looks so much better underneath here. Yes ma'am. My eyes were watering a little bit, and somehow I feel like either one or both of my lashes are going to lift. Oh man, I really hate when that happens, but anyway, let me just do this drop shadow. I'll go in with this L'Oreal Voluminous primer to prime my bottom lashes, see if we get some sort of volume underneath there. I'm really sure. I mean, this primer isn't doing what I want it to do, because I think after working with the Christian Dior eye primer, is like nothing could compare to it now. I feel like I'm finding fault with every other brand's lash primer. And that's is that a bad thing? I don't think so. When you find something you like and you just like it, you know, it's okay to find fault with something else. It's like almost done. You guys probably tired of seeing this. I'm going to go in with my BH Cosmetics my BH Cosmetics times Ashley Tisdale cream blush. Listen, I've used that blush so much, and the name, God, I know the name of it anymore. If I mention it in some videos from before, then yeah, that's the same blush. I'm just using it for this tutorial. No idea what's going on with my eyes today, but they're watering really bad, so I just added a bit of banana powder right there to reset the concealer I had to reapply. I don't know what's going on with my eyes today, but because I want the highlight to not look too bronzy or too gold, I decided on using Sugar Daddy. She has a little bit of pinkness to her, so I'm going to be using that as my highlight for this look. Yes ma'am. Yeah, you see that pinkness? Yeah, right there, right there, right there, right there, right there. Oh, and to finish off the look, I'm going to be using this very bubblegum pink lip gloss. It's a liquid lip gloss from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to line my lips using this double pencil from Amuse Beauty. Right, ladies and gents, I am back, and this is the completed look. And this pink bubblegum lip is actually giving me some Nicki Minaj, Kelly Osbourne type of vibe, but I actually love the selection and the colors that the person who requested chose. This lip color isn't something that I would normally choose. You guys know I always go for like a nude lip or a red lip. Those are just basically my two colors, but somehow I really love this color combination right here. This is absolutely gorgeous. I think the colors look absolutely gorgeous together, so thank you for requesting that. And yes, I think I might be using that pink lip gloss more often, you know, play up with a few more colors with it. Yeah, I'm definitely loving it. So we have reached to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to drop me a comment down in the comment section and let me know if you did enjoy it. So don't forget to go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up on your way out, and we have to pause here for a moment to talk about subscribing to my channel. You are definitely missing out on all of my videos, so please go ahead and click the subscribe button on your way out. Thank you guys so much for being here with me once again on another one of my tutorials, and I'll talk to you guys real soon on my next upload. Bye bye.